Hi guys, Ash here from the Gullers and Blues. We did it the hard way, but in the end we have overcome. And for the short term, anyway, Everton are top of the Premier League. It is just finished at Goodison Park. It's Everton 5, West Bromwich Albion 2. Um, you're always going to try and not have any negatives, but as I was just watching the game, the negatives were flying through me, especially after that, the first minute where West Brom had a chance, and then um, I think it's the Angana um, put them ahead after 10 minutes, and we sat off and we sat off and we let him run. I think he run 30, 40, maybe 50 yards before he shot the ball past Jordan Pickford. And you're thinking, like, okay, how are we going to bounce back from this? Because we weren't really flowing in the game. We didn't really move the ball around very well. Um, Thankfully, there was an incident where we had VAR was on our side, and it did take a couple of minutes for it to sort itself out, and you can see both sides. You can see where, okay, you could have been given as offside, as Dominic Calvert Lewin was there, but just a smidgen of the defender was behind him as he backheeled it into the net to give us the equaliser on the half an hour mark. And then shortly after that, um, when the goal was scored, it was after James Rodriguez had put us into the lead. Gibbs were sent off for West Brom, so we went in at half time thinking, okay, this is it now. We can come out now and really kind of run riot on the guy on the West Brom side, because obviously Slaven Bilic had too much to say. He probably not just moaned about the red card, but he probably was moaning about the Calvin Lewin equaliser. There was a couple of instances in that first half as well where Richarlison had he had a couple of shots blocked, and if I'm saying this correctly, he was involved in every single goal today. For Everton, he was involved in some way, shape, or form, whether it assist or with that pass. Great to see Dominic Calvert Lewin getting a hat trick as well. So he scored at the 31st minute, the 62nd, and the 66th. I did see when he was substituted, he did have an ice pack taped to the back of his leg. So let's hope that's nothing too serious. That's just a precaution. Great for James Rodriguez. A lovely shot and into the bottom corner, well taken, and he was really happy celebrating that goal. And a lovely moment when he went off and he was substituted, where he gave a hug to Carlo Ancelotti, and he was really happy with that. Finished the 54th minute. Michael Keane obviously got on the goal train again. So it's great to see him scoring goals. And me personally, I think for today, Seamus Coleman with his 250th start for Everton, he never, even when we were losing, he gave nothing up, and he was doing his old thing. He gave them an awful time on the right hand side, and if he did lose the ball, he was there to try and win it back. It was absolutely brilliant. It was a little worrying at the time, especially when West Brom got back into it at 2-2, that the free kick that Pickford was never going to get anywhere near it. It was a class free kick into that top right hand corner. He couldn't fault Pickford for that. You're thinking, okay, well, we can't keep shifting goals like this, because we're not always going to lose goals like that and then beat these teams by another 3 goals. So in that sense, it was a little worrying. But just because we never gave up, we piled on the pressure, and once we went ahead and 3-2, that was it. Then it was game over. We really bossed it. They moved it around really well, and James Rodriguez was absolutely brilliant again today. Decore got a yellow card early in the first half, so that kind of slowed him down just a little on the more precautious. And I think it was when we were 4-2 up, I think that's when they may have made the substitute and taken him off. We did actually have a goal ruled out. It was a lovely cross by substitute Gylfi Sigurdsson, as he whipped the ball in. Just Richarlison was just a little tad offside, but he walloped it with the right foot into the corner of the net, and that would have been a class goal, because I think he deserved the goal overall today. Moise Keane came on, didn't do too much. Iwobi came on, had a few little flicks here and there, but it was absolutely brilliant for us. We're gone top of the league, 2 wins out of 2, 3 if you include the game in the Carabao Cup, so we're on a bit of a roll. Just I thought was great was, we did pressure them at times, and I don't know how many corners we had in the end, but I think we had 7, 8, or 9 in the first half. We just need to work on the corners, just to work on the corners. I know Calvert Lewin got a goal from one. We just need to, if we're going to have 9, 10, 11 corners, let's try and get some chances from those corners. Let's work on them. But yeah, brilliant. 5-2, Goodison Park. Pity it's empty. What can we do about that? Shame we couldn't watch the game in the Camden today. It's just one of those things that we're going to have to get used to for the next couple of weeks. And as our famous Ryan Tubridy told people on the Late Late Show last night, that us as a nation have to decide what we're going to do. We're going to go this road or we go that road. While I was working last night, I went out the backyard doing a security walk, and at 3 o'clock in the morning there are still people up the top of the street partying their head off. Okay, and that needs to be tackled. House parties, and that needs to be tackled. Otherwise, us as guys that want to go and chill out, and even if you still have to get your food, to chill out and watch a game with your social club, that ain't gonna happen until that is nailed in the bud. But happier times, guys. 5-2 Goodison Park. We've won today. It's finished Everton 5, West Bromwich United 2. Stay blue.